Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. We're going to do the 12 best of 2019 Dollar Tree Farmhouse DIYs. The first one we're going to do is this Farmhouse welcome home sign. That was a Hobby Lobby dupe. I was so excited when I saw that I can make it using this Valentine's Day sign, as well as one of these, any sign really that has the strips with the directionals. They could be square, they could be pointy, because we're going to cut them off even anyway. All we did was we took the bottom two sections of the heart, we flipped them over, we painted them with some white chalk paint just as a base around their edges and everything. And then once it was dry, we kind of glued the two pieces together. This is what's going to become the roof of the barn. When I saw that the original sign had a welcome in metal and then the welcome signs were out from the Dollar Tree that were in metal, I just knew that it was meant to be. We're just going to square off these two arrows. I just used one to square off the other one basically, and repeated it with all of the signs. The inspiration piece we're going to get as close to possible, but again, you can put your own style on it. Took some tongue depressor size popsicle sticks, created just a little bit of the roof line as it were, and you're just going to trim it down. You know, we've done this lots of times before. We want to overlap, and when the two pieces overlap, we find where they dent in and out, and that's pretty much where they're going to meet up. And then you put them back, and then you can mark off your other place where, you know, where it's going to be the butt up edge. It's a really, really simple process. I'm going to link all of the original videos in the description box down below if you haven't checked them out yet. We just weathered it to look like a weathered barn, put the original burlap straps back on from the beach sign, and then glued everything down to it. And that's how it is. The next one is this Valentine's Day easy, inexpensive banner, which I have kept up in my house all year because there's always room for love in your home. But what I really liked about this one is I kind of had a genius moment of my own. I know a lot of people think that things that I do are genius all the time, but really, when you impress yourself, right? We just created a quick and easy triangle banner out of some of the linen type burlap from Walmart. Basically just folded in half and then met corner to corner, as long as you want them to be. Then what I did was I created a paper template. And my original thought of creating the paper template was to make sure I had a heart that was an appropriate size for the banner. So all I did was trace the banner onto a piece of cardstock, cut it out, and then folded it in half and created a heart, just like we would do when we were in elementary school. Do you remember that? You fold a piece of paper in half, you draw half a heart, and then you can either like rub the half back over or you can cut it out and make a whole perfect heart. But what I did that for was to make sure that the heart was centered and it was in a place that I liked. And then once I cut the heart out, I used the heart as a template for the fabric. And then I used the template that was left over, actually was the perfect device to put the heart in the center of all the banners. So that's the part that I felt was like genius. I know it's the simplest thing. You can do it without the template, obviously. You see there, I just placed it fine. But yeah, once I realized that that fits over perfectly and you can fill in your glue and you don't have to worry about over gluing, because if you over glue, you'll get it on the paper. And, you know, I don't know, it seemed amazing. I don't know. It's just weird. I do that to myself sometimes. And in fact, that one was a little off center because I was so excited it was going to work and I didn't pay attention to placing the template on the right spot. But yeah, then I just strung them together with a piece of jute. We just glue the jute to a skewer to create like a long needle. We folded over all of the tops and glued them down. We've made lots of banners in our channel before. And that's it. I love this one. Like I said, it hangs there all year. I just add banners to it for the different holidays. The next one was the St. Patrick's Day banner. I know you're noticing a banner theme, right? I fell back in love with paper crafts after this project. I used to do paper crafts in the 90s like nobody's business, scrapbooking, card making, all the things, and just got out of it for a long time. And when I created this banner that I had saw a similar one on Pinterest, I was just like, that's it. I'm head over heels in love again. So we just used some construction paper and some cardstock combinations, some craft paper to create layers for St. Patrick's Day. I also have some printable sheet music that I got off of Google for free. I just looked up Irish. I looked up Irish ditties. I didn't look up ditties. I looked up, I don't think it was Irish songs. There was a word I can't remember. Jingles? No. Jigs? No. Okay. Anyway, I looked up Irish music, sheet music, or Irish sheet music, perhaps. And I just found some of my favorites. Stuff I remember from the family picnic, stuff I remember from going to the bars and stuff. And I just printed them out, whatever looked pretty. I printed them on some parchment looking resume paper that I had for a ton of years. Actually, I bought it for our wedding 20 years ago, but they have similar stuff out there. You can also print it on craft paper if you want to keep it budget friendly, or you can antique the pages. I know Megan from Glue Guns and Roses has a really great coffee stain technique that she does with old cold pot of coffee. So you can check out her channel as well for all of those aging techniques. I will try to remember to link her in the description box down below too. And then you just want to create layers. I printed these letters out. Again, I picked Irish font or Celtic font. I might have even picked. And then I just cut them out as close to the letters as possible. Used regular glue stick like you do when you do paper crafts. And just created layers. I created it was a letter, then a piece of craft paper, then a sheet music, then a green piece of paper, and then another piece of craft paper. And then I created out of this Dollar Tree, it wasn't really cardstock, but it was like this paper pad that they created. I created these shamrocks as well as the little circles to go over the top. And the circles is what's going to connect it to the string. So then I just used double sticky tape. I got this double sticky tape from a window sealing kit, you know, like the kind when it's cold out and you put the window sealer stuff on there. That stuff is so great. You could use the shrink wrap to do gift baskets, and then you have all of this double stick tape left over, which is great. And then you just create layers. I tried to keep the border around each piece kind of uniform. And then it just was super easy. It came together so well. Double sticky tape also on the circle that keeps it on the jute. I just hung them on jute cord. That's all. I just put pre-stuck half the circle to the front of each of the banners, and then when I was able to lay the jute cord down, fold over the second piece. This way it could still slide, but if you want to, you could just glue them straight to a string banner, or you can put holes in them and string them that way. And then I wanted to add shamrocks between the words and on the end, just to differentiate. So that's it. And I absolutely love this, not just from my Celtic roots, but from the bottom of my heart. It really just reminded me of how much I miss paper crafts. And it was simple, and for me it was free, because I had all the paper and printed stuff from the printer. I mean, I guess it cost me ink, but you know. More Easter banner DIYs. These eggs were super fun. I have them in my bathroom all year. You guys, most of you have seen this lantern. I also decorate this lantern for all the holidays right here on the fireplace. My French country farmhouse scale is absolutely my favorite, is not going anywhere. And for Americana decor, we made 4 banners this year, so that's a great video to check out. I love this buffalo check wreath. Not only does it remind me of my Aunt Pat because it's made out of plastic bags, it also hangs in my home all year long. Now the DIY Dollar Tree cotton stem projects, again, I have them decorated in my house the whole entire year. I just love them. They're so farmhouse. But my absolute one-time favorite video of this year has been my collaboration with Sara Jane from Chic On The Cheap. Her and I feel, have become really good friends. It was such a fun mystery gift we sent each other. A mystery item that was a not Halloween item, not holiday decor item, and we wanted to make a Halloween decoration out of it. So I just sent her some random things, and she sent me this ninja blow dart. And then with the ninja blow dart, we created a candelabra. I used a Dollar Tree's, one of the set of 4 plastic bowls as the base. Used my Gorilla hot glue sticks. You guys know I love them when I'm gluing plastic to plastic. Took a large plate stand, flattened it out, cut off the little pieces that are attached together, the little burrs, the little hinges. Used my utility knife and a pliers because I do have dexterity issues from time to time. And then I showed you could either make it a long chandelier or a short chandelier. glued it, squeegeed it with a gift card. That's just a nice way to get a nice clean glue line, so you don't have all those glue bumps. Set it aside to set up, and then created the candle cups. The candle cups, we just used foam board, and again, if you have something hard to trace around with your utility knife, you get a much more perfect circle than if you try to do it with a scissor. And you won't get it squished pinches around the edges either. I do clean it up with the scissor, but I try not to cut the top and bottom layers at the same time if possible. And I made 3 of them, and I glued them on to the 3 points with plenty of hot Gorilla Glue. Then I took these beaded necklaces from the Dollar Tree, the Halloween ones that are bones and skulls, cut apart the little bones and the little skulls, made little piles of them. And then I went ahead and I used them as an embellishment to sort of flourish the candle cups, to make a candle cup to hold the candle in instead of the candle just sitting on top of a flat piece of board. I glued them at what I like to say north, south, east, and west, and then divided those sections, north, west, south, east, and such, and then divided them once again. But you could say, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You can do that if that helps you. And then I just glued them on the very, very edge, made sure that the cup fit. We did cut the circle quite a bit, about a ½ inch bigger, so that we could fit these around. And then I glued them down. And in the middle one, the only thing we did different is we glued down the regular bones and then added the skulls to the edges of them, just to create something a little bit special, different in the middle. The middle one is a little bit higher, so it makes it just stand up a little bit more special than the ones on the outside. Just makes it stand up a little bit more special. The other thing that we did with these beaded necklaces, you get 3 in a set, and I think I ended up using about 1.5 of the necklaces, maybe 2. Yes, I used 2 of the necklaces. Well, I had some beads left over, so maybe 1.5. We took the necklaces and we created sort of the drapey garland of crystals that would normally be on a chandelier, or candelabra, excuse me. Not normally, but can be on some candelabras. Let me not exaggerate. All we did was cut it in half, made sure that the skulls stood up straight, glued it to the back of the candelabra in a couple of spaces. And yeah, that's it. We took it outside, gave it a really good coat of some Rust-Oleum's 2X Canyon Black flat spray paint, just to give it more of a haunted farmhouse feel. And there it is. We put these skull candles on there, and that we got at the Dollar Tree, and I love them. Also, if you are going to do some creepy project like this and you're going to spray paint it, don't clean up your glue strings. It just looks a little bit more creepy if you leave your glue strings in there. It kind of looks like cobwebs and stuff. And like I said, this was my favorite project because she's one of my favorite people on this planet, and I loved doing it with her. Then we did a autumn Hobby Lobby dupes. We did a stacked pumpkin topiary that was supposed to look ceramic, a pallet wood sign that said welcome to our patch, as well as some leaf jingle bell door hangers, and then of course the sleigh. The sleigh, I think, is one of my favorite projects that I created, that I came up with this year, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. So that's my list of my 12 favorite for 2019. I hope you guys really enjoyed them. Don't forget to check them out. If there's any that you haven't seen so far, I'll lift every video in the description box down below. There's also a link to Sara Jane's channel, as well as Megan from Glue Guns and Roses. And as always, you guys, take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.